What's up, guys? Universal Mastery. So in today's video, what I'm going to be talking about is what happens when you do a powerful self-transformative ritual. Like what really happens on an energetic level, on a psychological level, and on a physical level. Stay tuned. Alright, so the first thing I want to say is if you want to get your hands on the Hecate sigil merch, then that is going to be the first link at the top. It is going to be called Streamlabs, and you pretty much place your order and they'll mail it straight to your house. So that's Hecate sigil merch. Then if you want to join the Facebook community, it's going to be the link right below that. Feel free to join. But other than that, I want to jump right in to the fact that when you do a ritual, okay, there's going to be some very profound things that happen. Okay, so the first thing that I guess I want to cover is why do people do rituals, and what do people expect when they do a ritual. So, and I'm going to speak for most people here. The reason why most people will do rituals, and then we're also going to be talking about, in the context of improving the self. So most people that are trying to improve themselves, the reason why they will do rituals are to trigger certain circumstances and certain energetic changes within themselves in order to change their own subtle energy body, change their own mindset, even potentially change their own beliefs, change the way that they're perceiving the world, experience a new type of energy to help move them further in the direction that they truly want to move according to their own true will. And that is mainly one of the most common reasons why someone that's involved in self-help would want to do a ritual. And then there's also rituals that you can do that improve your physical health. They improve your they improve your physical health, but a lot of the times they all tie together, because when you're changing your mindset, you're changing your beliefs, you're experiencing a new type of energy, your subtle energy bodies are shifting. That's also going to trickle down. It's going to correlate to your psychology, it's going to correlate to your physiology, it's going to correlate to your emotional health. But this is something that I think a lot of people need to know about when you do, let's say, a really powerful ritual with some really powerful deities. And it's the fact that, and this is almost guaranteed. Like, this is part of transformation, and this is something that not too many people talk about, and it kind of shocks me that not too many people talk about it. But it also gives me an understanding that most people that talk about, like, oh yeah, I did this ritual, I summoned this spirit, and I did this with this spirit, and I did this, and it was amazing, all this stuff happened. I can tell just by the way they're talking about it that most people aren't actually getting results. They're not, I personally believe they didn't even probably contact the spirit the way that they really thought they did. And the reason why I say that is because when you do a powerful self-transformative ritual, when you start working with the planetary alignments, when you start working with these powerful forces to change yourself, that shit is intense. Okay? Like, when you are working with a powerful being that has a lot of power in a different, you could say, plane of existence, there's going to be a lot of physical and spiritual changes that happen to your body that aren't going to feel comfortable. Okay? And on an energetic level, you are almost going to feel the changes happening. You may feel, this is common for me when I do a very powerful ritual, and what it triggers, I feel this pressure in my pineal gland, like a massive pressure, as if there's a diamond that is being formed and created. Okay, and that pressure is not comfortable. It feels, I mean, you can only imagine. I mean, it's a pressure. So it's not comfortable. And then, you know, I'll go out in my day-to-day life, and then it's like all this, there's a lot of chaos that is being triggered, but it's not like a chaos to the point where I can't handle it. Although it may get me to the point where I'm like, oh, like I'm ready to just fucking, like, you know, kind of just fight against the chaos. When the truth is, when you trigger those rituals and you trigger those events, you don't necessarily want to fight the chaos, you want to understand the chaos. Okay, but once again, you can fight the chaos. It's just going to be you could say it's going to be a lot harder for the individual or the adept to fight against it, rather than to just observe it, work with it, work through it, and, you know, absorb it, because that's the whole purpose of that, you know, of that type of energy, that chaotic energy. It's meant to alchemically transform you. When it shows up, it will transform you. So what I'm getting at is, when you do a real powerful ritual, you're going to trigger that type of chaos, and you're also going to trigger an energetic shift in your perspective that has to do with the pressure and crystallizing, you could say crystallizing your consciousness and your energy bodies in a way that they haven't been before, you could say. And you're almost going to feel like a little bit of a sense of a disillusion, like, wow, this doesn't feel like I'm at my best today. Like, it doesn't feel like I'm at my best self today. But that's how you grow. That's what, especially if you're walking the path of the adversary, that's exactly what you need to expect when you start working with the adversarial currents. They test you through pain. They test you through sacrifice. They test you through strength. They want to see if you're capable of pushing through situations that are extremely hard to get through and very uncomfortable to get through. So once again, I will perform a ritual, and then I will wake up, let's say I wake up that next morning, or even like typically it's right after I do the ritual, I will feel this sense of like just this pressure on my head, and I will feel a little bit disillusioned, meaning like it's like your identity shifts a little bit, and it forces you to be more present to just energy rather than all the mundane things in life. You have to be present with energy and flow with energy, rather than, once again, being concerned with the mundane things like, oh, did I do my laundry yet? Did I do this yet? Did I do that? It's like it's a very different state of mind, and obviously we are human and we are spirit, so we have this internal conflict. Every single person that exists has somewhat of an internal conflict that is part spirit, part spiritual, and then part you could say part animal. That's the word I'm looking for. Part instinctual, where it's like, oh, I need to do this, I need to take care of this. And they're both very important. But once again, when you do a ritual, you're working with spiritual energies, you're working with spiritual forces. And, you know, what I find is that a lot of the time when I do a powerful ritual, when it comes to self-help, you know, there will be times where you're actually your animal instincts can be tested too, and you're more of in an animal state, and you're just like crushing shit and you're overcoming shit, and that's like when the strength aspect comes out. But then there's going to be certain times where you do certain rituals that cause you to be more to move more towards the spiritual side and separate from that animal side. And, you know, in the long run, I guess, you know, it's a sense of balance that's going on there when you're working with the two different aspects. But what I'm getting at is that when you do real rituals, it is an intense process. So you will expect being uncomfortable. You will expect being tested. You will expect manifesting chaos. And when I say manifesting chaos, I literally mean like you will go out in your day-to-day life. Sorry guys, my camera just died, just cut off because the memory card ran out. But as I was saying, you will experience some level of chaos when you do the ritual and when you do it successfully. And when it revolves around self-transformation, and you're working with chaotic forces of nature. So, you know, you can see how it would make sense. But the thing is that, you know, that chaos is meant to teach you. It is meant to transform you. It is a very powerful force of energy. And once again, you can fight against it, or you can observe it and let it move through you and work through it. Either way, you'll still get results, but I would recommend not necessarily fighting against it, because it's just going to make it a little bit harder for you. So that is exactly what you can expect when you do a ritual. Okay, it is going to be uncomfortable. It is going to challenge you. It's going to change you, but you have to be aware of the benefits that you're going to get out of that. Like, when you get put through that chaos, when you get, you know, when you go through those changes, when you trigger those events in your daily life where there's literally chaos, like you are literally everywhere you go, there is chaotic things happening. Like someone, like let's say you're at your job and someone's freaking out at you, like it's a customer and they're just freaking out, they're already in a pissed off mood, you're dealing with the weirdest people, just chaos. When you go through that and you become accustomed to that and you learn from that, then what can stop you? You know what I mean? Like, how can you be stopped? Like, those are some of the toughest situations that so many people try and avoid, and you're triggering them intentionally to happen to you so that you can be in it and understand it. That's literally how you become powerful. That's how you grow in the best way, in the fastest way that you could possibly grow. So I definitely hope this video could offer you some value on what it's like to actually do a successful ritual to improve yourself. This is what you're going to expect if you're working with the adversarial currents. So yeah, so definitely just be aware of that. And other than that, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, because I'm posting as often as I can. And definitely go ahead and check out the link at the top. That's going to be my Streamlabs merch. So if you want to get your hands on a sigil shirt, that's where you're going to go. First link at the top. Then go to the link below that. That's going to be my Facebook community. So go ahead and join the Facebook community. And then if you have 3 questions, up to 3, and you want to ask me these questions, and you want me to respond to you on a video message, like through my phone, not on my camera, but through my phone, then go ahead and Venmo me $5. My Venmo is going to be at the top of the description. Just let me know that you Venmoed me. I'll go ahead and check, and then I will answer those 3 questions step by step, broken down. And then last thing I want to say is that my Patreon is coming very soon, so be ready for that. Other than that, I'm going to catch you guys later. Peace.